Shake the jitters out. All right, here we go. Thank you, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Puka Circle podcast. Happy belated Father's Day, by the way.
Thank you.
I didn't get to say we didn't get to record last week because of Father's Day. We'll make that the excuse. I was bombarded with cleaning my room. I switched rooms with my parents, so now that's my little studio area.
That was very hungover.
Yeah, I can imagine. I don't think it would have been a good one. But thank you for coming, man. I want to say thank you to everybody for listening to the episode. Thank you for telling me you even listened to some of the episodes. That was awesome.
Yes.
I got to 100 listeners. Now I just got to keep making podcasts consistently, and ads will eventually pop up. But now I'm granted to do ads, so monetize the podcast a little bit. And if you
Shout out your Ford Bronco right now. That's an ad.
Yeah, right there, yo. I was actually at the dealership right before this. Next episode, I might be talking about the Ford Bronco. Most likely. I might be getting a Ford Bronco. So hopefully things work out in my favor. But this is episode 7? Episode 7. What I want to explain now, a quick little memo. From now on, the episodes that are dropping on Spotify will be delayed to be dropped on YouTube at least for a week, because I need most of the listeners listening through Spotify, and then on YouTube, after that, I don't care if people listen to that after that. I just need the listeners to kind of get on Spotify first, get more and more ads.
I listen through Apple.
Oh, Apple's perfect too.
Oh, okay.
Apple's perfect. Any media platforms that aren't YouTube, help me.
Okay.
So, but YouTube will still be dropped. It just takes about a week. This is Hector. I've known Hector for now. I want to say that me and Hector probably saw each other a little bit in the 10th grade.
Yes.
10th or junior year. Sophomore or junior year of my high school adventures.
I think it was the summer going into junior year.
That's probably what it
I
is.
moved here in the middle of 10th grade.
Okay. That makes more sense. And I
moved
do.
to Long Beach in the middle of 10th grade.
Yeah. That makes more sense because I do remember. And then you started coming out to hang out with us, play soccer with us.
Haggerty.
Yeah, FC Haggerty.
Shout out FC Haggerty.
Shout out to school. We don't ever mention it because of the school. We mention it because we used to play soccer there. But yeah, man, it's been like, fuck. So that means 2010. Also another friend that I've had friends for a decade.
Yeah.
A decade going strong, bro. It's fucking crazy, man.
Wow. Well, when you put it that way, it made me feel old. It made me feel very old.
We're fucking old. First of all, the moment you decided to, we're gonna talk about this more in depth. The moment you decided to be a dad, bro, you were fucking old.
I mean,
well, a young dad, but an old friend at that point. You know what I mean?
21. I was 21 when she was born.
Yeah, there you go.
Shit. Not old.
2 more years and that's 10 years. I didn't even know she was gonna be 10 soon.
She's turning shit. Does not make me a bad dad.
No, absolutely. I mean, bro, if it makes you feel better. My brother had a kid at 16, 18, 22, 24.
7, right? Mm-hmm. 2015. 16, 17, 18, 19.
Yeah, in 2 years she's 10.
1, 2, 3.
So she's turning 8?
8.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You feel old?
Boy. Oh, man.
You feel old?
No, I mean, but, like, part of having Penelope that young was that I wanted to enjoy my life with her when I was 40. When I'm 40, she's going to be 20. When I'm 41, she's going to be 21.
That's true.
Like, I'll get to enjoy life with her a lot more than if I would have waited more years. And I mean, yeah, like, it's fine to wait. But
we're gonna talk about that. I got some good questions on that. Like that's all things that I worked into this podcast. But let's start the podcast like we start any other podcast with the 2 introductory questions. I hope you thought about it. So far right now, you're 29. What is your greatest accomplishment? Or you're turning 29. What is your greatest accomplishment?
Being here, just being alive.
I like that.
Being alive. I've had a hectic life.
Hector.
Yes. I've had a very hectic life, and I'm just glad to be here still.
Facts, man.
Like
simple but strong. Strong meaning. I can attest to that, man. We've had crazy adventures. I don't understand. Like, I'm sorry, if my parents or my sisters or my nieces ever listen to this. Hector and I and those high school adventures, we should have been arrested at some point. There should have been some type of fines, arrests, tickets, handed to us at really young ages, and we'll discuss some appropriate ones, that we can discuss, out in the public. I'm gonna mention the famous Travis story. Like at that point, it has to be mentioned.
Oh man, yes.
It's one of our memorable stories.
Lord.
The night.
That's when I started meeting you guys.
Oh,
That was crazy to me.
bro! As the hour progressed, the worse the night got. It just got worse and worse and
That
worse.
was Four Loco night.
Four Locos night.
Four Loco night.
It was.
Yes. Oh Lord.
Shout out to that. And we're not gonna rat out the deli, but shout out to that deli that sold us that shit. I forget? We didn't have any fake ID, right? We just went in and they would sell it to us.
We just
right?
went in and they would sell it to us.
They would look
Because
around.
It looked like an Arizona can.
That's true.
It looked like an Arizona can. So like I want to say that they didn't know, but they,
I think they knew. Because
yeah,
I don't think they wanted us to hang out there that much after we bought it. They're like, yo, get the fuck out of here.
That's true. That's funny. Yeah.
But, yeah, man, a great accomplishment. I agree with you 100%. Just being here, being in the moment. Because as you get older, I was mentioning this in the other podcast with the other guys too. Like, bro, you get older, you start seeing people pass away.
Yes.
Young kids that are our age, kids that are younger than us, people that are fighting cancer, and you just start appreciating, yo, even though my life might be a little bit hectic, I gotta appreciate the moment. You gotta appreciate that I'm here. And the fact that you're a dad and you're here, you're living your moment with your kid. You know what I mean? So definitely a great accomplishment. But the next question on top of that introductory question, bro, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Definitely not in New York.
Really?
Definitely not in New York.
I would have called you crazy a couple years ago.
I hate the state. I've hated this state for the moment I left for the Army. I hated the state.
You realized what was better out
I
there.
realized that in the South there's so much like Southern hospitality, and it's true.
Facts.
People are so much nicer.
That is
You
true.
know, like they can spot a New Yorker from anywhere. I would get told by the way that I spoke and the way that I drove that it was very easy for them to tell that I was from
A Yankee.
the Northeast area. Yes, a Yankee. Yes, but they're nice. They help you out, and not to say that most New Yorkers don't do that, but like most New Yorkers, as New Yorkers, we
just go by our
see
day.
it, and it's like that's not my business,
Facts.
and you just walk away. But yeah, definitely not here. Definitely somewhere in the South. Doing what? I don't know yet. I just don't.
Dude, man, I agree with you 100%.
Like I love the fish business, which is what I've done ever since I got out the Army. So hopefully something in that.
You ever watch Forrest Gump?
Yes.
Bubba?
With shrimp.
Hector Shrimpo? Hector Shrimpo.
I'll get my own store in Times Square. Listen, that's the dream.
Bro, and I agree with you 100%, man. I would have called you crazy a couple years ago stating that, getting out of New York is absurd, but the more I've lived here and the more responsibility I get, bro, New York is so expensive. Renting is so crazy. The amount you pay for rent, you might as well have a mortgage, but guess what? You can't save money because all the money you spend on rent, you're kind of like forced to find a couple quick or roommates because the renting is just outrageous. Shout out to Shane for not charging me an arm and a leg. He's just charging me like an arm.
I have a friend that lives in Virginia Beach, and she tells me that she makes about $800 a week, but her rent is like $700.
Look at that.
One-bedroom apartment for $700.
And they're nice.
And
they're nice renovated
right next
apartments.
to the water, and you're just like, and I'm over here paying freaking $2,100 for a one-bedroom.
Facts. Yo, I was watching what's crazy? I was watching a TikTok the other day, and there's this girl that's showing you a bunch of these Zillow prices of these. She's like, I live in New York, and guess how much houses are worth around me? So I'm like, I thought she edited the video. A house is like 80,000, 100,000, 60,000, and she's like, do you want to know why? She lives in Jamestown. That's all the way in the fucking all the way deep as fuck. Bumble shit. Like, that's the only time I think that you'll have affordable prices in New York, which we don't even consider those people New Yorkers at this point.
No.
But
anything past what is it, Westchester?
Yeah, at that point we don't really consider that.
As long as the way I see it, once you get on the throughway, the New York State Thruway going up north, you're not in New York. That's Connecticut. That's just Connecticut, and we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, facts. Well, let's jump right into the episode. I'm going to mention a lot of things. Me and you talked off this, so things that I'm allowed to mention, things that we want to just go by. But before we get too into it, I just want to let you guys know, me and Hector were at one point big as fuck.
Yes.
Lost
Man,
our
I
weight.
still am.
Yeah, lost our weight and went back to our ways.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, I want to talk about the impact. In high school, when we met you, what was the weight that we met you at?
I think it was like 380.
380 pounds. This is not a joke. If you find an old picture, send it to me so I can show a before.
You want to know what's funny? The only person that I know that has a picture of me when I was that big is Reyes.
Really?
Yes.
I'm going to hit that motherfucker up.
Passed out drunk behind Haggerty on the floor.
I wish I could say there was a specific memory I have of that. There are many memories I've had of that, so I have to remember which ones.
Passed out drunk in the sidewalk, and he has that picture.
Wow. I'm going to have to ask him. Maybe I could put it before and after. But you were 380. You decided to lose weight because at that point we were our junior year going to our senior year or our senior year. I don't remember.
Yeah.
And you decided to say, yo, I want to join the Army. But
Yes.
I remember you telling me everything looked well, but they said to you, hey, you got to lose weight.
Yes.
What triggered you to just say, fuck it, I'm going to do this?
I didn't want to go to school. I didn't want to go to college.
Okay.
I didn't want to go to college, and I didn't want to just get a normal job. And, I was like, you know what, the Army. And I also wanted to get away. I was, 17 when I made the decision. And, I talked to my tia about it, because she was my guardian at that point.
Gotcha.
She was like, if you feel like you could do it, do it.
That's what's
So, I started to run. I think I made the decision it was
a little
late October.
Yeah, I was going to say it was a little before December. I remember because it was a big deal.
Late October, and it was cold. It was back when it was actually cold. Winters are not cold anymore. And I just started running the boardwalk. I would run, I was ashamed of my weight at that point. So I would run the back street to Long Beach. At night, midnight, 1 o'clock. Then
So no
nobody
one
would be
saw you,
out, so
yeah.
nobody saw me. Yeah. And then I started seeing the change.
I remember.
And then my recruiter started seeing the change. And he got excited when I think it was a month after that I spoke to him that he came to check on me.
Dude, I
He
remember.
brought a scale and he was like, "Wow, holy shit, you lost 30 fucking pounds."
I remember because
So you're gonna fucking do this, and I was like, "Yeah, I want to do it."
you used to wear these two shorts only. I remember during
Yeah.
soccer.
Yeah.
And then as time passed by, you started asking anyone if they had smaller sizes. So I started giving you my shorts too.
Yes.
And I remember they were you were just losing weight drastically, where you were just not being able to fit in your clothes.
I still remember my diet. You remember what my diet was?
Yes,
I would
Caesar
walk-
salads.
No,
No?
not even. I would walk into school in the morning. I would have a Nutri-Grain bar and one of those little things of milk that they would give you.
Yeah.
That was my breakfast. For lunch,
Cold
they had a
cuts?
salad bar. No, they had a salad bar in Long Beach. So I would have a salad. And for dinner, I would either have tuna, just tuna,
Just
or
two.
just tuna, or my tia would boil me chicken. Straight boiled chicken. No, she didn't add anything to it. She would just put the chicken in the pot, boil it,
And you just eat that.
and I would just eat that with salad.
What would make you not want to eat anything else? Just the thought of
Just
I
the
had
thought
to
of
do
it.
this.
Yeah, just the thought of I need to do this so I could get the fuck out of here.
So you gave it a month. You saw results, and you're like, all right, this is working.
Yeah.
Let me
Once
just
I
keep
saw
at
the
it.
result, once I saw the progress, that's when I was like, I got this. I got this. And then other people started coming to me. Once I lost more weight, other people started coming to me and they were like, oh, we'll go running with you. We'll go do this. We'll go do that. And we would just go and do it.
And you had an easy friend because all your friends did was fucking play soccer.
Yes.
This is where you would dedicate.
I lived in the West End. And I would
was gonna
come all
mention
the way
this.
from the West End to Island Park to play with you.
Walking,
guys.
jogging.
Jogging. Fonzo would let me borrow his bike.
Yeah.
I think you would let me borrow your bike sometimes too. Franklin. Yeah,
Yeah, I remember
just
this.
had that.
I remember this. Yeah, and then you're bringing the flashbacks all over again.
It didn't take me that long either, because like and looking back at it now, I probably should have done it a different way because of all the health afterwards. All the shit that happened afterwards with my health. But I lost like, I want to say close to 180 pounds.
Yeah, I was gonna say you got really skinny. You got really fucking fit.
Yeah.
I remember the Hector that left us for the army looking like a fucking.
And I was still fat.
Yeah.
When I got to boot camp, they said, "You're still fat."
You were, if I'm not mistaken, I remember when you left.
I was like 220.
Yes, I remember. And then when you literally, I will never forget this. He just looked like a lengthy body, and then we came back from the army. He was just like. He's like, yeah, they made me.
It was a Captain America vibe.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, they made me fucking do mad push-ups, mad fucking pull-ups.
Yes.
And I remember you telling me it was intense because you knew that you got so far and you still had more to go.
Yes. So when I got there, when I got to boot camp, the first week is just in processing. So like you don't do anything. You get there, you don't really meet your your drill sergeants like till the second week. So you get there, you do a whole bunch of paperwork.
Really?
They give you shots. Yeah. And but that's when the process starts.
Like a medical exam, making sure that you do all the filing. Okay.
And like I've always said, I am 100% straight, but I've seen more dicks in my life than any gay man in this world. I always said it, and I will stand by that. Because it was group showers.
Yeah.
It was group showers, and they were like, you got 20 minutes for 60 guys to shower.
And it's like at that point, like you have to become brothers, right? Like
yes,
you're seeing everything.
Yes.
No secrets.
Absolutely. You spend 10 weeks with them.
Yeah.
You spend 10 weeks with each other, and you see it. It's just so hard not to.
Yeah.
Pause. Yes.
That was a good pun.
But when I got there, I realized that I wasn't in the shape that I thought that I was.
Okay.
So like the first couple weeks, I struggled. I struggled hard. I remember the first physical training test. I failed it. I failed to run in my first physical training test because I think I missed it by like 30 seconds.
Shit.
Like you had to run 2 miles and like I think they gave you like 16 minutes. I did it in like 16:30.
Okay.
But all the ruck marches and all like the training, I got my downtime to 14:30 by the last test.
14:30.
So I said 2 minutes.
That's two. I was gonna say that's 2 miles because a minute. So they want you to do what is it?
Perfect score is 1 mile every 6 minutes.
Damn, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that.
And I was doing it I think in like 7:50.
Yeah, fuck that.
But when I graduated, when I passed it, I felt so proud of myself because I was like, yo, like from where I started in October, and here I am. I think it was like a year later. I never would have. I mean, like I knew that I was gonna get there, but I just, it hit me.
Dude, no, I trust me. If anyone understands your story, it's definitely another person that was fucking huge in middle school, and I didn't definitely. The fact that the reason that I'm so shocked is because you had to do the diet. I never changed my diet. My diet was shit. But it was just because I played constant amount of soccer from like 8th grade. Because thanks to those fuckers, that's all I did was 8th grade is the junior year before I got a girlfriend, I think. That's all I was fucking doing, playing soccer. And then our senior year, that's the only time we started drinking. That was the only time that I think we started drinking. Well, drinking heavy. Drinking heavy, you know what I mean? Drinking heavy. And I do remember you were losing mad weight, even though you were still getting hammered at night. Certain nights, you would.
I remember that I didn't drink beer. I remember that
liquor.
I would be like, no, we're drinking Pinnacle or we're drinking Smirnoff because I can't because of the calories.
Yeah.
Yes.
I do remember that. And I want you guys to know that when he walked more than he actually used a bike to go to the West End a lot. He used to fucking do it every single day because I think we hung out every single day.
Summer.
Yeah.
The summer. It was every day. Every day we were fucking. I think Franklin would like text everybody or like you and like we would get I would get
probably Franklin because I was sleeping and Franklin would just be at my house fucking playing my fucking video games.
Like I'll be there. And there was a big group of us.
Bro, yeah,
Big
me,
group of us.
you,
Those games
Cruz,
were
Fonzo, Eric, Jose,
Ayestas.
Reyes, Johan, Kevin, Donnie, little Donnie before
Little
he
Donnie, yeah,
before he was
before he became an adult.
before he started what was that shit called?
Travel soccer.
When they throw up and come back into the party.
Rally.
before you fucking.
I actually found that video for Kevin the other day when he was like, I think it was Friendsgiving at Kevin.
You don't remember what he did to his brother? He took like the beer and he was like, "Come on, Kevin, you gotta fucking rally." Oh yeah.
I have the video. 1 second. Hold on.
Oh, good fucking times, man. Crazy fucking times.
They were great. They were definitely
No, but seriously, the Wade adventure was completely insane. I think from there we go. I remember. Good fucking times, bro. Good fucking times. Before we jump into the serious stuff, I want to mention a story that I will forever find one of my memorable favorite stories. And to me, till this day, it's just a story I can never forget. The Four Loko night.
oh god.
So we decided to get Four Locos. This is when Four Locos are heavy. Everyone's drinking. It's a drink to drink when you're in high school. Me, Hector, Fabian, Franklin, and Fonzo, and Travis.
Yes.
We had this little system where we would go in. I'm not gonna mention whose car. We went into a car. We would put the seats. We would fold them, and we'd call that area the bar. And we'd start drinking, and I guess because we were young, we would chug all our drinks, and we also just
we thought we were cool.
yeah.
You know?
But we had been drinking a good amount of beer from the time, so we thought our tolerance was high. At least I thought.
I mean, mind you, we were drinking Bud Light, Coors Light.
Coors Light, watered down beer. And then Four Loko comes out, and we think we do the same thing. We got a couple of tall boys, and if I'm not fucking mistaken, the only asshole to consume like 3 to 4 of them is this guy. This guy decides to this guy decides to take 2 to 3 down to the face. He gets hammered. He gets hammered to the point where he doesn't throw up. He just falls asleep. Well, all right, Hector's asleep for most of the event. The next asshole that thinks he's tough is Travis. Decides to take, I think, 2 straight down to the face.
Yes.
Goes for his third one, and then he's gone. He starts talking about random shit that makes no sense. Hector's sleeping, in and out of sleep. Fonzo's really emotional for some reason, right?
Yes.
I don't know.
He was like, Travis, like, I can't see him like this.
Yeah,
I was awake by that point.
Yeah, bro. Fonzo was very emotional for some odd reason. And I'm like walking someone home. Someone calls me and goes, "Yo, Travis's dad is calling him constantly."
I think this was when Kevin pissed in the street.
Maybe. And this is probably the time that Travis shit in someone's yard.
Probably.
It could be the same night. This is all probably the same night. I remember maybe you had called me and said, "Yo, this kid is bugging out. He's about to go home. Should we let him?" I'm like, "No, bro. Like, he's hammered."
He was like rocking. He was, yeah. I remember.
Yeah, he had thrown up already. But the funny,
he was missing a shoe.
Yeah, and then he was still drinking his third. You already had drinking your third or fourth, but this guy was drinking his third. I'll never forget this. Hector thought to be a good friend to make Travis stop drinking, even though he was already fighting his intoxication, would be smart to take Travis's drink and chug it so Travis wouldn't have anything else to drink. What does that do? That gets Hector over the top.
That should be a poll, though. You know, was I a good friend or was I not a good friend?
You tell me. I mean, he definitely risked his life. 4 Locos in his system, I'm pretty sure, is not a good combination.
Travis, you owe me.
Well, does he? Does he owe you? Because at the end of the day, Travis ends up going home with 1 shoe and screams as soon as he gets home, "I'm fucking home." And his parents, by the way, we're 17. We're 18. 17 years old.
17.
And it was the funniest shit. Travis's brother calls me. What the fuck's wrong with my brother?
But the getaway driver, as soon as he got in the door,
left. Yeah, he fucking dipped. Should have that driver been driving?
No, absolutely fucking not.
Don't drink and drive. Do not drink.
Purposes, yes, please.
Yeah, do not drink and drive. That is not encouraged. Do not be drinking Four Locos and
There's
think.
Ubers, there's Lyft.
In those days, I don't think we had that. We had taxi
We
cabs.
did not have that in our days, but still, we shouldn't have done it.
Yeah, our generation has been through a lot. We've seen Ubers, Lyfts. We've seen the Four Loco phase. People still drink Four Loco now for fun.
I don't think I would be.
I was gonna tell you.
I look at it.
It makes you want
Fuck
to
no.
vomit.
I would. No. I would never drink a Four Loko again.
Well,
I think as close as the Four Locos I got now is an IPA.
oh okay.
One of those like 7.8 IPAs, you know, like the fucking that don't taste like beer, it just tastes like.
The thing that was nasty about the Four Loco, it had the alcohol and the sugar, so it tasted.
It was in Arizona.
It really was. It was like an Arizona drink. I was not a fan, man. I was not a big fan. But what was funny about that night, I ended up going home. Travis's dad is like blowing up everyone's phone, trying to threaten everybody. You guys are going to fucking pay for this. My son is fucked up. I heard that Travis got fucking snuffed that night to sleep. He threw all up over his floor, his
We
arm.
didn't see Travis for a long time.
Yeah, he was grounded. He was grounded
Yeah, we didn't see
I had to go
Travis
talk
for
to
a
his
long
dad. Me and Frank had to go talk to his dad.
Yes.
And then they were trying to find more information about that deli that we're not going to mention. More information about that deli. We didn't rat them out. Or did we? I don't remember. Maybe Travis had to at that point.
Had to at that
Yeah,
point.
because he was going to get
Maybe
his...
he's the one that got him shut down.
Well, new owners.
Snitch.
New owners. But what I didn't mention is that night, Hector vomited so much in that day, in that car, that driver... he almost had a heart... Bro was screaming on top of his lungs.
No, he said it in Spanish.
Yeah.
Shout out to Fabian.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to Fabian.
I think Franco had to hold him back, but you had no idea what was going on.
I had no idea.
And then
had no idea.
they get you out of the car and you pass out in someone's lawn for a couple minutes while they're cleaning it.
Yes.
And they're like, Hector.
This was when they were taking me home.
He was trying to leave you there, right?
Yes, he was trying to.
He said,
the
"Fuck
mobile by the
this."
West End.
Yeah.
Like, heading down to the West End. I know the dairy barn that's there. I remember exactly that's where they pulled over to clean the car, and then like they pulled me back into the car. I remember this like, and then I get home and he's like, "Get out of my car," and I'm like, "Okay," you know. So I get out of the car. I wake up a couple hours later, like this, on top of somebody's hood. In the parking lot of my apartment.
Oh, yes. I remember you texted us in the morning saying, did you guys not let me, did you guys
Like, why
not walk
did
me
you,
out?
like, put me in? Like, take me to my door at least. Like, yeah, I woke up on top of somebody's hood. Like,
I remember your Thea was furious with you, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
she's like, what the fuck, Hector? I do remember this. It's hilarious. Oh, man. And you know what's the funny part? 4 years later, you decided to be a dad. 4 years later, you decided to be a
that's a
father.
lot of days.
Yeah, a lot of
days,
years, a lot of
wisdom,
experience.
A lot of
A
experience.
lot of no more Four Locos. Deciding not to go that route. So now we're getting to the serious part. You obviously 4 years later you become a dad. You had done already what, 2 years in the Army?
No, I was getting near to the end of my term.
End of your term, okay.
So when Ariel got pregnant, I was 3 years into the army.
3
Yeah,
years. Okay.
Yeah, because I remember when I found out that she was pregnant, I was either getting ready for my knee surgery,
I remember.
or I had just gotten my knee surgery.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so like either one, but it was like within that month time frame, before I got my knee surgery or like after I got my knee surgery.
You were mentioning it before, saying that you wanted to be a dad at a young age because it made sense to you of your planning. You wanted to have those years with her and enjoyment. At that time, was that also planned for you? Or was it something that you just went with the flow and said, you know what, fuck it, this is not bad news, I'm happy?
Penelope was definitely planned. Penelope was definitely planned.
Gotcha.
And if you ever listen to this, you were planned. Yeah, she was planned. Yeah, we talked about it. My reasoning behind it was that at that point in my life, I wanted to make the Army a career.
Okay.
And I was like, you know what? Like, if I get sent somewhere and, I don't come back, I want somebody to have my name. I want to leave something behind. I want to leave, like...
So the Army was actually still a plan at that point. Well,
the
we'll
Army was
mention
still
that more.
planned. Yeah, the Army was still planned at that point. Absolutely.
Ah, okay.
So like, I talked to Ariel, she agreed, and we did what we did. So
B, don't listen to that part. But okay. So that gives me a better understanding for this next question. So she tells you you're happy.
yes.
What's going through your brain at that moment? Like, same ideology, you want to stick to the army, or is this something where you're looking to a career change, or because of your knee you're looking to take a step back?
No, so obviously I was happy, I was excited. Yes.
Yeah.
My whole plan changed to bring her down to Virginia. I was in Virginia at that point.
Gotcha.
So my whole plan was to bring Ariel down to Virginia with me, and I was like, hey, like, you need to come live down here, like but we weren't married, so she couldn't really do that.
Ah, I see.
But when I found out that she was pregnant, my plans were still to be in the army.
Okay. Make a career, do everything you
make a
gotta
career
do.
off of it, like keep going, and so this was definitely before I got my knee surgery. Yes.
Yeah.
After I got my
I
knee
remember
surgery.
you were already hurt, but you told me you were going to postpone your knee surgery for a little bit because you had certain things you wanted to do before that. Okay. So, and that idea, so she was probably, or you knew of her already in that time. Okay. So talk to us about some of the challenges of being away, man. Being away and knowing all this good news. I mean, did the army benefit you in any way where, like, if you knew that she was going to be born on a certain day, you were going to be out of
So they give you 10 days leave.
Okay.
10 days free of leave.
From the moment she's in labor?
From the moment she's in labor, yeah. From the moment, so like, let's say she would have had the baby here in New York.
You get to go on a plane and get the fuck out.
Yeah. So like the way it works, the hospital sends a Red Cross message to my battalion. My battalion passes it down to my company, and my company lets me go.
Okay.
Yeah, like and like months in advance. I think like a month before, you fill out all your paperwork. So that way, all you got to do is sign it, and then your company commander signs it, and you leave.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're helpful with that.
Yeah, they're helpful with it. Yeah. But that's not what we decided to do. We decided to get married, and I brought her down to Virginia.
Okay.
And she had the baby. She didn't have the baby in Virginia. She had her in Maryland.
Oh shit.
Bethesda Medical, like the big army hospital.
Okay.
Yeah. So Penelope was born in Maryland.
Maryland. Not a Yankee.
Not a Yankee. She's from the South.
Kind of, yeah. Anything southern from New York, I consider the South.
Yes.
So, at that point, like, what I do want to mention is, talk to me about some of the difficulties of being a parent at such a young age. Is it something that you heard a lot of freaking people telling you, oh, like, Hector, you shouldn't be doing this, or Hector, you got to prepare for this? Obviously, you had to prepare for it, but you know what I mean? Was it a lot of positive or negative out? I know we were positive. We were just cheering you on with another fucking beer.
Yes.
But what was the outside noise with all that? With your family, with other people?
I mean, you guys know, like, you guys, I consider you guys my family more than I consider my family my family.
Facts.
So all the messages that I got were positive because all the messages that I got were coming from you guys.
Facts.
Like it wasn't. I didn't get judged. I didn't get, and even if I did get judged, my answer would have been like, hey, like, you're not paying my fucking bills.
Facts.
So shut the fuck up.
Straight up.
You're not gonna pay for the diapers. You're not gonna pay for the formula. I'm the one that's gonna do it. So
I feel like that conversation was had with some of our friends.
it was. Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
I don't know who the fuck. This is all flat. This is all. I'm remembering flashbacks of this.
I'm, to a certain degree, back then, like, obviously, I'm not the same person that I was back then that I am right now, but that kind of mentality still sticks the same.
Facts.
Like, my dad told me, like, I used to smoke a lot, and my dad would criticize me for it, and my answer would be like, you don't buy my cigarettes, you don't buy my alcohol, stay the fuck out of my life. I don't care that you give your 10% to the church.
Yeah.
You shouldn't give a fuck what I do with my money.
Yeah, absolutely.
But due to that attitude, sometimes, like, I have a lot of problems with him because,
I mean, you
he
guys.
takes it the wrong way. But I certainly don't mean it the wrong way. But I mean it in the way like, hey, like I'm an adult.
Yeah, I was about to say, there's definitely a nicer way to say it, but the Hector way of saying it is like,
yes.
yo, fuck
And,
off.
and,
like, no one's telling
like,
you to buy my
And I've
shit.
always been like that.
Yeah, facts.
I've
I
always
remember.
been like that. But now, as I'm getting older, I realize that maybe I, should change. And I've been trying to change.
That's good, man. That's good.
Because it's definitely gotten me into some trouble.
Yeah, I was going to say, the most I can tell you is that from all our years of friendship, we remember the stubborn Hector. I think that the stubborn Hector started breaking. I'm not even trying to be like funny with this. It started breaking when you started losing your weight because you started realizing like, okay, there's things I can change.
Yeah.
And there's things that I do have control over. Yes. And if I change the way I think, there's definitely a different outlook to my life. And I think we all, within our friends from Island Park, we never really had serious conversations, but when we did have them, they were all like oriented in the way that we want to get better.
Yeah.
We want to be the best versions of ourselves, have money, be successful, still be friends, because we all we didn't just hang out just to hang out. We hung out because it was a great time. Absolutely. It was an escape from our reality of what we were doing at home.
Yeah, we all had different things going on.
Yeah, facts. Facts, man. And you know what's funny? This would speak out the truth to the most of us. Like, we would be open, no one would judge, and if we did judge, we'd be like, "Yo, fuck off!" Like the Hector mentality. Like we wouldn't try to do that. Talk to me about some perks, man, of being a young dad at the age of 21. You have almost 8 years with your daughter. What are some perks that you have gained in this years? What are some knowledge that you've gained? What are some things that, your daughter has made you realize that this is great being a young dad with you? And I've learned so much.
It's weird. It's weird, because you're technically at 21, you're still a kid.
Facts.
You're an adult, but you're still a kid. But, just seeing her. Seeing her at the hospital, seeing the miracle of birth was.
I was gonna say that good.
The miracle of birth was eye-opening, and they hit you from the start.
You pass out?
No, fuck no.
Were you grossed out a little bit? Be honest.
I was not.
No. You were focusing on the baby?
I do very well with blood and all that stuff.
Oh man, you would have seen me passing out. It's like, yo, Puka's pale for the first time of his life.
I cut the umbilical cord. I was good. I was there. I was.
You were in the moment.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm good with blood and everything. So
Is it true what they say? A lot of screaming, a lot of pain.
Yes.
A lot of fucking cursing you out.
It's disgusting. It's beautiful. Yes. You're welcoming life into the world, but it's disgusting. Let's just put it. Let's be real. It's disgusting, but it's an experience. And I've learned a lot. Obviously, there's, a lot of million things that I wish that I could do better, even now.
Gotcha.
But, she's definitely shown me that there is, I don't even know how to phrase it, that there's more to life than just me. There's more to life than just me. I am responsible for her. I won't, I have her, and I want to give her, my whole thing of being a dad was I want to give her a better life than what I had when I was a kid. So I would be the dad, when she was young, I was the dad that, she had the North Face jackets. She had the UGG boots. She had all these things that I never had when I was a little kid. All the toys, bro. She had a whole toy room. Absolutely. Like toys, every single toy that she could get. I remember one Christmas, I bought her one gift a day till Christmas.
Shit. Fucking, what are you guys, Jewish? Hanukkah?
I remember vividly, and Ariel was like, why? She's not even going to remember this. But I am.
Yeah. The moments with her.
Yes.
Those are your moments. No one can steal those away, bro.
Yes, exactly. And
I know what you mean.
I have terrible memory, but those are the moments that always stay with me.
Facts.
The pictures and all that. So I guess what I take out of being a young dad is
It grounded
that-
you?
yeah.
Because I remember
It
you
put
were a
me
little
more
crazy.
into-
You were a little
it-
crazy.
Yes, it put me more into a perspective of, okay, maybe I shouldn't get in trouble as much as I've been getting in trouble. Maybe I, instead of, taking that trip with my friends, I stay back and I have to work because I have to provide.
Makes
You
you
know,
responsible.
Makes
Makes you, like you said, think of others, which is her.
Yes.
Her first and you second.
Yes.
So it really does do that to you.
Yeah, it really does. It really does because, what kind of parent would I be if, I have a newborn and I was over there in China and with you guys and like, which is great for you guys. Yes, so I was very happy for you guys. But as much as I wanted to do it, I was like, I'm not gonna go waste $2,000, $3,000 when.
Which I
have a
promise you,
newborn.
I didn't have.
Like, and now, like like my whole process behind it. I'm gonna be 35 in 5 years, 6 years. I'm gonna be 35. She's gonna be at an age where she can travel with me and enjoy it, and I still get to enjoy it.
Which is a good way of looking at it.
Exactly.
You'll still be able to go to
instead of-
Thailand and
Instead of, like the normalcy of being a parent when you're 30, 31, 32, and, you're, let's say you have a kid when you're 32. At 35, when I'm with my 14-year-old, 15-year-old, you're going to be with your 3-year-old, and you're not going to be able to go to the vacation
Well,
that I can.
joke's on you. I'm hiring P to be a full-time babysitter.
She's expensive. $25 an hour, I'm telling you right now.
That's fine. In 10 years from now, hopefully that's the minimum wage.
Hopefully.
But well, talk to me some of the challenges. You mentioned the good stuff. Obviously, there's challenges to being a young father too. Things that you have to realize. Obviously, you mentioned some of them saying that you had to think of her first. But what are some things that you had to like kind of get better at, learn to do better as a father, or adjust yourself, your schedules? Like, what's some of those challenges that arise from you for being a young dad?
Honestly, the first 4 years of her life, I was very good with that. Adjusting. These past 2 years, I've been kind of selfish with my career and my job and, just putting my personal stuff first, which I'm not proud of, now that I've had this past week to think about it. I'm not very proud of that.
Yeah.
But it's also something that I needed to do in order to make sure that she has a future. Like I've set up bank account for her. I've set up a college fund for her.
Nice.
Which, so like, it sucks. It sucks to like.
Some sacrifice too.
There was a lot of sacrifice. I've had to go away. I haven't been able to see her that much recently, and it pains me. It pains me because that's the love of my life. Penelope is the love of my life, and it pains me that I can't see her that much.
I have a video of you, by the way, on my fucking weird camera. I think I have it today. Maybe I'll show you in a bit. Of you basically saying that, yeah, she's the love of my life. I'll do anything for her. I already have everything set. Like if I die, life insurance policy, everything's there to take care of her. I have that fucking video like of we're in Helen's house with Andrea.
That's still true, and that's still. Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So, like I've always prided myself. Like I've been very proud of myself in that department. That like I've paid for life insurance.
Yeah.
I've done all these things to make sure that even if something does happen to me because of the way that I live my life,
She's
that she's
taken care
okay.
of.
That she'll be okay.
Yeah.
And but yeah, these past couple of years, I there's a million things that I wish I could do different these past 2 years.
Well,
but
good. Lucky for you, it's only 6 months in. There's 6 months to change it, bro. You know what I mean? Like that's the good thing about in a year. There's always quarters. I think of it like numbers now.
Absolutely.
Yes. You can fuck up one quarter as long as you bounce back the next one.
3
you
months,
can be good.
6 months, 9 months, 12 months.
Exactly.
Yes,
Exactly.
Yes.
So realistically, what are some things that you've learned about yourself being a father? Did you like you said earlier that you always thought about yourself first. Why? Like, why'd you think like that?
Very selfish. I am selfish.
You should. You know what? I agree with you on a certain extent that you should be selfish.
I-
Prior to your kid, you should definitely have been selfish.
Yes. But there's also a point in which you have to be selfish. You have to be selfish because, you can't live paycheck to paycheck. You can't live life like that. It's just not doable. So like at a certain point it comes to, okay, my kid is young. Let me do this now. Let me get this shit out the way right now that she probably won't remember this as much as when she's 14, 15, that I'm going to be able to be there.
Yeah.
That I won't have to slave 6-7 days a week, that I won't have to work 80-hour weeks, that I won't have to do everything that I do.
Yeah.
I want to believe that when I'm 35, I'm not going to be doing all these things. That I'm going to be more stable. That I'm building what I'm building right now.
It's going to be sustainable.
It's going to be it's going to be sustainable, and it's going to hold up for the rest of my life.
What has P taught you, man?
What's that?
What has P taught you in these last 8 years?
She's taught me how to love myself. She's taught me how to love myself because I realized that if I can love an individual as much, that I can love myself and that I can take care of myself in order for me to be able to take care of her.
Facts, because you got to be right,
Yes.
for you to be able to provide.
Yes. And there's the bad days. We all have bad days.
Talk to me about those bad days when she's there with you. How does that work? Having a child,
For me is she's my escape. I see her and she gives me a hug, and it's the greatest thing on earth.
No hug asked. She just gives it to you.
It takes all my problems away. I could be stressed out, and like sometimes I snap at her, out of nowhere. Like it's just, like she's like, Dad, I want this, that. I'm just like, stop. Like, okay, like we'll get it, we'll go, but just give me a second.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm sorry, and then she just comes over and she gives me a hug. And
all the problems go away.
And
all the stress.
All the problems go away.
Talk to me about what are some values that you're trying to implement to her right now? That you've considered something like you as Hector said, these are the values that I have definitely wanted to pass down to my daughter. Via being it love, caring for others, respect. Like, what are some important things that you definitely are
I
passing
definitely
down?
want her to know how to be independent. Independent.
Okay.
Don't rely on people to help you to get out of your problems. Don't rely, like obviously if you rely on me, I will bail you out of anything.
Absolutely.
Or your mom. Ariel loves her very much too, but like be the type of person that you can rely on us, your parents, but also make sure that you can get out of any situation.
I like that.
I've been independent for a long time, so like that's something that I feel like I can teach her. Be like, hey, like this is how life is, and I don't sugarcoat things.
Even at a young age.
I'm not even at a young age. I'm not like, like the world is not sunshine and fucking rainbows. The world is bad. The world is mean, and I get criticized for it, even by like a lot of people. I get very criticized for it, and like, excuse me, but I'm like, hey, like she's gonna learn this sooner or later. Like she can't be baby.
You want to put the real life scenarios in her head.
Obviously, like she's spoiled. She's spoiled as fuck. She gets whatever she wants.
Yeah.
But at the same time, and actually Ariel was the one that came up with the system. Every time that we would go out, like I would buy her whatever she wanted. And she was like, no, like you can't buy her 3-4 things. You're going to make her like too spoiled. You're going to make her brat, And so she was like, just get her one thing. And she got taught that I think she was like 2.5, 3 years old. So now every time we go to the store, Dad, can I get one thing? Dad, can I get one thing?
Yeah.
And one thing it is.
Which is good because it saves you some money.
Yes.
And it also makes.
Not really. Fucking toys are expensive.
Yeah, facts.
And like,
every time I go with my fucking nephews, man, they're fucking. They're always.
Unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
They're fucking two of them fuckers.
Yeah.
Two of those fuckers. They always want one thing each. That's two things. So no matter what, I'm always spending money on two. But I agree with you 100%. That's a good strategy to have, and it's good that she learned that young, and she's accepting of it.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's a mixture of both parenting, because at the end of the day, you bring the real. She also brings the.
I mean, yes and no, because I'm more of the lenient parent. I'm
I
the
can see
fun
that.
parent.
Well, also you're the dad, man.
I'm
The
fun
girl
parent.
usually the girl always has a soft side for
Yeah,
dad,
yeah.
and the dad will always protect the daughter.
I always get the shit for it because she's like, whenever she goes with you, she just goes to have fun and you don't teach her anything. And I'm like, that's not true, but okay. But you know, we have fun. You know, like
Facts.
she knows that when she comes to my house, like we're gonna go to Dave and Buster's, we're gonna go do this. She's gonna get whatever she wants. You know, like
Yeah.
So it's nice.
What are some things that you took as a child that you're trying to replicate with P, and what are some things that you aren't? So it's almost similar as the other questions, but I want you to think about your childhood. What are some things that happened to you?
My entire childhood. That's the answer. I don't want my kid to live the childhood that I lived.
Usually parents say that.
Plain as that. I do not. I you know, like.
So my question is, right, as P gets older, right, you would never want her walking from Island Park to the West End.
Fuck no.
You would make sure that she gets an Uber or Hector comes to pick up.
Yes.
Yeah, because we don't look at it as we look at it as something like silly, because at that age we were guys too. It didn't really matter, you know what I mean? Like, but we also didn't fucking take that walk with
like,
you.
And I know it's like a sensitive topic, but you know, whether we like it or not, it's just my personal belief, and there is a stigma of, you know, guys and girls.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't want my daughter to be fucking walking back from Island Park to the West End at 2 a.m. smacked.
Facts.
Like, I would do it. I don't care, but I could defend myself. You know, and my daughter will...
Or take a beat up.
She will always... Yeah. She will obviously be able to defend herself. Yes. She's strong. She's independent. And she will be for her whole life. But...
You don't even want the scenario for
her. I
her.
wouldn't want the scenario. I wouldn't want to put her in that spot. You know, where, like, a couple guys are following her behind, because there's evil people in the world.
Facts, man. That's true.
There's bad people.
It's very true, man. You know, and I truly do believe that there are good people in the world too, but who hangs out at those times? Who comes out at those horrible times? It's the bad ones. And we got to be extra careful, and I agree with you 100%. I don't have a kid, but even my nieces and nephews, I'm always like, bro, and it's weird. Can't even imagine what it is for a parent, but at random times, if I know they're out, I'm just like, yo.
Listen, I don't think I'm ready for this, like, teenager life, man.
It's gonna be a stressful year. You're gonna get gray hairs.
Bro, my job has done that a lot. I look so old. I've been thinking about using what's that called?
Oh, the I know what yeah. Be on the commercials.
29-year-old fucking more gray. I looked at my dad today, and I was like, I got more gray hairs than you. That's fucking sad.
Another weird question, sensitive, but I want to know a little idea on how you do it. Do you believe in disciplining your kid? And I don't mean hitting. I mean, like, what's your definition of disciplining your kid?
That's so when Penelope was born, Ariel and I made an agreement. Well, not an agreement. Sorry.
I'll edit that out.
We made a pact that we wouldn't hit her. Because I grew up in a childhood where I would get my ass beat.
Oh, absolutely, bro. Still got scars today.
Bro, my dad broke my leg twice.
What the fuck?
Yes. I mean, he didn't mean to, right? But
yeah. I like the air quotes.
But I would get beat. And I was like, I will never touch my kid. Never. But yeah, go to the corner, stand in the corner, fucking timeout.
Yeah.
You can't play with that toy.
Give me all your
away
shit.
Her iPad. It's different. It's different parenting nowadays than we grew up. We didn't have iPads.
My parents would be arrested. My mom would be arrested right now.
Oh, man. Are you kidding me?
Our parents would be serving life.
Yes.
My mom doesn't believe it anymore. And she denies it because she's at an age where she's like reflecting on everything she did. So she just tries to say, I never did that.
Love.
I never. Or if I did it, I didn't do it as bad. I'm like, Mom, I was bruised for like 5 weeks, lady. There was fucking I'm pretty sure that shit was internal bleeding at that point. Like, it wasn't fucking bruising. It was internal fucking bleeding.
Get hit with the extension cord.
Oh, my God. I fucking hated that.
It was bad. You know, and like, but the only discipline that I give Penelope, she's very well behaved. And you know
she is. She's very, she is.
I curse a lot.
She never replicates his words.
I used to curse a lot. Like, every other word would be a curse word for me. And everybody gave me shit. They were like, yo, like, stop cursing around her. Stop. Like, she's going to repeat it. She never, not once, has said a curse word around me.
That's good.
Never. Like, I don't know, you know, like, if, you know, internally she knows that's good and bad. I hope that she knows that, you know. I want to believe that she knows that.
Yeah.
But she's never said a curse word. She's sweet. You know,
Penelope is sweet.
Yeah, she's very sweet. And, so, like, I've never really had to discipline her, like.
That's good.
That much.
That's good.
You know, obviously, like I said, I snap and, like, you know, like, sometimes, like, I'm like, hey, like, give me your iPad for a few hours.
Yeah.
You know, but that's about it.
We're coming down to the last couple of questions, and yo, I told you, time fucking goes by quick. It's already been.
What time is it?
It's almost 5:30.
Oh wow!
It's literally been an hour of the pod, but I'm gonna ask you the last couple of questions because we got to take pictures. We're gonna make sure we have everything. Where do you want to see Penelope in the next 5 to 10 years?
Healthy.
I like that.
I just want to see her healthy. I want to see her healthy. I want to see her grow up. I want to see her be the woman that I know that she's going to be. You know, obviously, I want her to have a better life than I did. I want her to have a better life than Ariel did. I want her to, you know, be the woman, be extraordinary.
I like that.
I want her to be extraordinary, and I want her to be
fearless,
and the greatest thing that this fucking earth has to give.
I like that answer.
You know, and I've worked a lot, and, you know, like, I don't want to, like, showboat, but, like, I have the money to, like, for her to do that. You know, like, I will continue to work as hard as I work for her to have that. You know, like, that she tells me, hey, I want to go to this fucking college.
No problem.
I'll be like, no problem. You're going to go there. I want her to have that college experience. I never had that college experience.
Yeah, man. I mean,
of going away and fucking, you know, like Travis. You know, Travis, the only one that I know, like,
that went away.
That went away is Travis.
That ugly motherfucker. And become a doctor, you know, like, because of it.
I want her, Dr. Travis, right?
Dr. Ugly.
I want her to have that experience. I want her to be able to. First of all, I'm a huge Georgia fan, so I want her to go to fucking the University of Georgia, in the South.
Who are you a fan of?
Georgia.
Oh, okay. I thought you said
football.
No. I thought you said Jordan fan, and then Georgia. I'm like George. I'm like Jordan went to. I'm like Jordan went to North Carolina, but okay, Georgia. Okay.
Yeah, Georgia football, which is one of the things that I got out of the military. One of my good friends in the military, he was a Georgia fan.
Okay.
And I remember he was one Saturday. He was like, "You watch college football?" And I was like, "No." I was like, "I didn't even know there was college football." And he was like, "Come through. Like, we're going to somebody's house," and I got hooked.
Yeah.
Hooked. College football. So, like, and, you know, like, I took Georgia as my team because, you know, that's what they were rooting for. So a couple of years ago, there's a video of me a couple of years ago when they won the first national championship in like 40 years.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, it's been 40 years, heartbreak. And there's a video that my uncle has of me sitting in the warehouse with my phone like this. Last minute of the game, they got an interception. I jumped up so high that I hit the ceiling. Bro, I was just so happy and like ugly crying. It was great.
I feel you though. I gotta slowly get there. I'm at NFL right now. I'm just entering the NFL. I'm liking it. I'm a Giants fan. I'm a Danny Jones believer.
Man, boy.
Yeah, yo. So I'm getting into that promised land. We got to go to a football game.
Absolutely.
Once I see Danny Jones, my boy Saquon.
Well, hopefully he comes back.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah. Let's hope. Let's not fucking.
I don't want to give him that money.
Yeah, let's not.
I don't blame him though.
But and the last question I'm gonna ask to end the pod and basically give your little moment. Any advice to people trying to become parents? It doesn't matter what age. What advice have you learned? What things have you learned that you can give advice to?
Take your time. Take your time, people. Take your time and definitely do it when you're ready. You know, like I know I joke around with you guys for like Penelope's first 4 years of life. I was like, who's next? Who's next?
Oh yeah, who is
My
next?
daughter needs a friend. My personal opinion?
Yeah, please.
I want to say Kevin.
He's
I
up
want to
there.
say Kevin. I want to say Kevin. But Kevin has changed a lot. Kevin, the Kevin that we knew, you know, that liked to party and shit. And the Kevin that I know now, two different fucking people. You know, now he's more family oriented. He wants to spend more time with his wife. You know, he doesn't want to come out anymore. He doesn't, you know, like the other day, like we went to the bar the other day, and I was like, Kevin, I went with Danny to the bar.
Danny?
Danny, his brother,
Oh shit.
little Danny.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, right.
That's
I
weird.
feel so fucking old.
Yeah.
I was like, Danny, I'm with you at a fucking bar. We're having a beer. But it was me, Danny, and I told Kevin, I was like, Kevin, come. And he's like, no, I'm gonna stay with my wife. And to me, it hit me. You know, I was like, oh shit.
Different responsibilities,
Not
different priorities.
the same fucking guy that I knew like what 3 years ago, 2 years ago,
3 years ago.
right?
Yeah, 3 years ago.
Yeah,
Time's flying, bro.
Crazy.
We're 2023, 3 years ago.
crazy. But definitely the advice to anybody that wants to be a parent, just take your time. Take your time. Don't rush it. Make sure you're financially stable to do it, because
It's expensive.
which is one of the things that I didn't talk about being a young parent.
The challenge is expensive.
The challenge is, definitely expensive, because you don't have the money or the resources, as much as somebody who, let's say, our age right now, 29, 30. At 21 years old, you're starting your life, and you're barely making it by, and it causes a lot of problems, not only with yourself, but with your
Significant other.
your partner.
Yeah.
Because there's a stress. There's a stress that comes with money.
Facts.
Not being able to make ends meet, or barely making ends meet, to the point that you can't go out somewhere and de-stress. And the biggest advice is just make sure that you're ready, mentally, financially, and emotionally, because it takes a toll.
Absolutely. I agree with you 100%. And I'm not a dad. At least that I know of. She'll kill me for saying that. She'll fucking slap me for saying that.
Oh boy!
Not that I know of. Definitely not a dad.
Oops.
Nah, I ain't oops to nobody. But, there's some perks to being an old dad. You have friends like him that, his kids can babysit. So we'll look forward to
5 an hour.
like I said,
5 an hour.
I won't stress it so much, because I know at that time that'll be the minimum wage. So hopefully that'll be fine for me. I'll be making enough money to be like, you know what? Yeah.
Prices are set to change. All right, like
Oh, no, he didn't say that. 25 for here for me.
if I know you're making over $100,000 a year, it's going to be more than 30.
I'll lie about my salary. Well, thank you guys for listening. This was a very informative podcast. At the end of the day, like I said, this is a good friend of mine. We've been friends for over a decade. Father, friend, amigo, compadre, brother, person that's seen me at my lowest, person that's picked me up. I hope I can say vice versa.
Yes, absolutely.
We've seen each other drunk as fuck, piss on people's bushes, not supposed to be in a car, running from law enforcement at some point in our lives. So hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you again for watching. I appreciate all the views.
Cheers.